Alright, so as you can see, I'm a little late today, but it is 12:51, 19.9 degrees inside, 9 degrees outside, with rain in the forecast. Well, no fucking shit, Sherlock. It's raining like a bastard out there. It has been all day, and most of last night. It's quite the epic rainstorm, they say, but there's none in my basement, so that's all that matters. But you can see the puddle, or the ditches and stuff down here are quite flooded. There, now you can see. But these damn blinds kind of get in the way for looking at stuff. But I guess that's what they're there for, hence why they're called blinds. Well, look at me, I can zoom in and see the water on the window. Not quite as easy to zoom through a window today. Anyways, let's see what this world holds for us today. Well, shit, I got an early fucking Christmas present. Not the kind I wanted to get. Looks like I've had some leakage in here again. You can see there's water all over the floor. So, I guess I know what I'm doing so far. I'm cleaning up this fucking flood. Oh, yay. Luckily nothing too important seems to be in the path of the water. I'm not even sure where it's coming in at this point. It was coming in over here before. Looks like it did. Maybe it stopped. Maybe the rain's just let up enough. I don't know. I'm going to clean this up and then I'll be back. Hey look, it's raining. Can you tell? Right there, that's the corner. At the end, I don't know how well you can see that. I'll just zoom in a little. That crack right there, I think, is where the water came in my basement the last big rainstorm. I built it up all there. There's a 2-3 inch gap by the foundation there, so I fixed that. I extended that pipe because it was draining right on the side of the house. So it definitely helps, but I'm still getting that leak. Speaking of leaks, make sure I'm zoomed. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Yeah, there it is. I repainted all my foundation this summer. Makes it look a lot better, that's for sure. But speaking of floods and leaks and such, I got most of this water shot backed up now. Still a little bit here and there, but I can't get it all because all I got is a stupid hose. I don't have the proper end for sucking up water. But anyways, the whole reason I came in here today, or at first anyways, was to talk about this fucking thing again. Some wins and losses, I guess. This thing seems to be a constant battle. I don't think I'd ever own one, I'll tell you that. I geared up the power steering line with Rapid Fix. I knew it wouldn't hold because there's a lot of pressure in a power steering line. Well, it's definitely better than it was. It's not leaking near as bad, but it still is leaking. But I had to take out a bunch of pieces and stuff just to be able to get that line out. But I priced it yesterday with 36 bucks. The battery in this is done. I gotta get another one. I don't even know how old this battery is. But, oh wait, 10.3, so yeah, maybe it's only 4 years old. I think I've had it longer than that though. But anyways, other than that, I actually took this thing for a drive last night. I have the caliper back on. Without bleeding it, I just filled it up full of brake fluid. And where's I have one of them here. This. And then the line, this is actually the line off the other caliper I got. I just waited till that was dripping out a bunch of fluid and put the bolt in and tighten her up. I haven't even tried to get any air out for now, but I think I'll try to bleed it as much as I can through the air, or the banjo fitting. Try to get out as much air as I can that way. We'll see what happens. I don't have any great expectations, but as long as the brakes kind of work, I'm happy. But speaking of brakes, the back brakes. When I was out driving last night, I said, well, the e-brake cables aren't connected to anything anymore. I know because I didn't connect them. So hey, why not, just give it a tug, see what happens. Well, the friggin' cables are free. I thought they were all seized up, but they're not. I gotta stop assuming things with this, because it keeps getting me... Well, they would have been $60 a cable, but I wouldn't pay that much. The e-brake cable is functioning, so I'm going to take these tires off and put my e-brake cable back, or hook my e-brake up, so at least I have e-brake, and then actually that may help to set the rear brakes too. And it wouldn't be bad, I guess, to take that apart just to have a quick look, see what's going on, make sure everything's in line, and maybe even bleed the brakes while I'm there. I still do have my bigger tire set over here. I got a lot better tread too. They're not half wore off like the ones that are on there. And they're the biggest ones you can put on there stock. So the only problem with that is it tends to make the my vibration worse. I had my back tire jacked up, checking my drive shaft. My drive shaft seems tight. I can't get any slack in it anywhere. But it definitely sounds like a drive shaft rattle, or feels like one. And the front axles, my hubs are locked all the time because I have the auto hubs disengaged. Well, they were like that when I got it. But because of that, I assume that, you know, the front, well, I don't have to assume. I know that the front axles are spinning to the differential because the hubs are locked, which is fine. Except they aren't the type with U-joints, so I don't think it's them. The boots look good on them. They're like, you know, CV boots for a car, or you know, kind of like, you know, car axle. So the front axles seem okay. I'm not exactly sure. Now, I didn't check my drive shaft from the transfer case to my front axle, but the U-joint, even if that did have a bad U-joint, I should only get that in four-wheel drive. And speaking of four-wheel drive, I thought I had a eureka moment last night because I hadn't actually put this in and out of four-wheel drive for quite a while since I started working on it, and I was hoping and praying that if I took it in and out of four-wheel drive a couple times that noise might go away. Well, it had absolutely no effect, though I think hitting a bump had an effect. That may be part of my problem. I can't figure out what's loose. All the tires are tight. All the things that I know how to check seem tight. I don't know. There is a needle bearing in the steering somewhere or something with these things that can cause vibrations like that, they say. But I'm not really sure if it's that or not. I'm not really sure what to think. I don't know what it could be. But I'll keep playing around with it. I figure, oh, somebody's happy he had a pee. He had a big pee, he did. He gets all excited when he has a pee or a poop. I figure, you know, I'll either figure out what that vibration is, or it's gonna, whatever it is finally gonna break, and then I'll really know what it is. That's usually the way I try to fix things. If I can't figure it out, I just let it break, and then I really know what it is, because it breaks. It's just when it's breaking that's the tricky part. Oh yes, my chainsaw over here. It's a Poulan Wild thing. Similar to my father's, but his is about 9 or 10 cc smaller. It kind of works good. It's a little fussy to start, and it doesn't always like to stay running. So I'm thinking it may need a carb kit, but I'm also thinking it may need the head gasket or the intake manifold tightened like I did on my father's, because that seemed to make my father's work like new. Mind you, I did do a carb kit in my father's and it needed it. But it's hard to say, because the adjustment screws here are all fine and good, except for the fancy ones that I don't have the proper tool for, so it makes it tricky to try to move them. Anyways, I think I'm going to tear this apart. I did actually recently replace the chain brake on this, and it's malfunctioning again. It goes on and off now, which it didn't. This plastic bar here actually broke but on my last one, but it just doesn't seem to be clicking on all the way. So I got to figure out what's going on with that. Try to get this saw running proper again. You know, it's hard to say. Poulan is hit and miss, I guess. You know, I got this saw for free, so I can't complain. I've already cut up a few cord of wood with it, but it seems to be getting worse, and it has no power in the top end, which may be from me adjusting the screws, but it's hard to tell because I can't really tell when I've adjusted things because I can't tell if it actually moved or not. You know, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. In the meantime, just trying to dodge them raindrops and hope that I can stay dry today. But hopefully the house don't flood. The rain seems to have let off now. See, the gutter's not flowing like crazy. But I do find this camera has the best stabilization. Like my cell phone is really, really wobbly. Like it picks up on my little bits of wobble so bad. Alright, so I can't figure out what the hell I'm doing. But just gonna get my code reader here and read the codes on the Kia. This is a really handy dandy little code reader. It's kind of dark in here. Let me see, there you go. It's a C-Reader 4, I think it's called, for OBD2 and EOBD. It's just got 2 buttons. Basically, you just plug it in, turn the key on, it starts cycling through. I'll show you. You just press some buttons and it will clear your codes. You can read your codes. You can check your engine light if it's on or off. You know. Oh my God, there's a puppy in here still. Don't worry, he wasn't here long, even though he won't leave me alone. But yeah, it's a very simple little rig, but hey, it was 40 bucks. Anyways, turn my light on. There's the thingy down here somewhere. There it is. There, okay. Turn off the light here 1 second. Okay. See, it goes read codes, clear codes, freeze frame, readiness test, MIL test, which is engine light. You can read the VIN, everything. But here, let me close the door. Stop this damn dinging. Oh God, thank you. And I'm just gonna turn this to the on position. So the key's on the key on position. And then I just wait for it to be on the right. I want to read the codes first. So just click the button when it hits read codes. It's reading the can. Or maybe it's Canadian. What is my dog doing over there? He's making funny noises. Reading ISO in search of no diagnostic trouble codes. Wow, it's like the first vehicle ever I've had that happen. Well, I can't clear codes if I don't have any, can I? Let's try a readiness test. I don't even know what this is. I think it tests other sensors or something that aren't usually tested with the car system. Jeez, it takes a long time to read the can. And the isopropyl alcohol. SC stored amount 0. I don't know what that even means. Alright, well, I have no codes to clear. I don't need the freeze frame. Tried the readiness test. Let's try the MIL status. Hey, Roscoe. My dog's being sooky. It's actually quite cold in here. That's probably why. MIL off. So there we go. Oh, she's foggy in here. You're steaming her up there, Bubba. You're steaming her up. So yeah, there you go. There's no codes on this thing. That's odd. I expected at least one. Usually there's at least one. But somebody did spend a lot of time and money on that thing. I have the receipts. Woo, it's getting windy. And I have the receipts to prove it. Anyways, I think I am going to take this tire off. Beer. Oh, jeez. You think I drank them all? No, I wish. That's empty. That's from the weekend. But yeah, I'm going to tear this here tire off and hook my brake lever back up, or my brake cable back up on both sides, and then I'll have a working e-brake. This thing will be passing safety sooner than you think. Ah, frig, I'm back into this thing. My my garage flooded again. Jesus, I'm knocking shit over. But yeah, my basement flooded again. There's water everywhere. I vacuumed it all up this time. Then I went out behind the garage and dug a trench with an axe. I could have went upstairs, got the hoe or the pick, but no, I used an axe. It seemed to work. But the water doesn't seem to be pouring in like it was. It was literally pouring down over there in that back wall, right through that crack. But anyways, I'm getting into this fucking thing again. So, I was looking and I have these pieces of rebar, these L bracket like rebar pieces. And I was thinking, geez, that would be the perfect thing. And then I was trying to triangulate again, and I just realized my triangulating doesn't work very good. So I just kind of winged it, and I vice gripped it on there, and just kind of tried it out, and it fucking worked. Look, they were tied with a rope, but this is my my deck lever, and up she comes. She even, she holds for now. But, see, this is my pivot point right now. It's not doing so good. And then I have another problem. I don't have my hood on. And I would like to do this with my hood on, if possible. Because in the winter, when it's snowy and stuff, that helps keep the engine and air breather clean enough that, it doesn't get snowpacked. So, I'm going to have to move that out and extend that bolt somehow. Turn my light on here. And extend this bolt here. Bring that out at, I don't know, an inch or two. And then maybe, just maybe, I can weld her and actually plow with this thing if the snow ever comes. Figure if I get ready for it, it won't come. So right now it's just pissing down rain. It's still raining like crazy out there. Holy shit. Hear that? Just letting some of the chooch out of here from the friggin' welding. But check her out, boys. She's up. She's hooked up. I went with a slightly different method. Show you what I did here. I took that piece of rebar and just welded her down there. I think my welding's getting better. I mean, I know these aren't perfect welds, but this zoom's not working the best right now. But they look like okay welds, enough to hold that anyways. But there's that, and then instead of using that hinge bolt, I found this piece of scrap metal laying around, and these two bolts lined up there and there. So, whoa, I'm having a hard time with zoom today. Probably the lens is dirty. Just give the lens a wipe. I just put them bolts in, welded that on, and literally tied a rope from the top of that to my thingy, and just use it like I'd use my mower deck. Only I put her all the way down. It's down. I can lock her down and pull her back up. It's a little bit of an arm workout to lift her, but it's a lot less work moving that bar than it is shoveling snow. Like a friggin' snow shovel. I hate you, you bastard. Oh no. I'm being infiltrated. See that? It's infiltrating water. It's coming in under my table somewhere. Back in there. Damn it. But I think that's going to be the norm for today. Every crack in my wall there is leaking. It's all wet over here where this crack is, and there's another crack there where that spray foam is. You can't see, but there's water there. Take my word for it. But yeah, I'm quite happy about this here plow. It can snow now. I won't mind so much. You know, all I have to do now is straighten out the plow blade. Here down on the corners, it's a little funky. Oh, I'm getting down to 2 minutes. I have a lot of recording done today. See, that's all bent in there. And I think I got to cut that weld off and probably re-bolt that whole blade back on. And then I think I may put some little wheels on these tabs. I assume that's what these are for. Of some kind. I need to lift up that plow because if that's sitting straight on the ground, I'm going to catch some lips. I got some big cracks in my driveway. It may be paved, but it ain't going to be that easy. So anyways, you can hear that. I got to go check my basement. So I think my house is going to flood. Woo! It's raining cats, dogs, wombats, and all that shit. Antelopes, fucking cantaloupes. It's fucking all coming down out there. It's raining, boys. Holy shit.